In this video, we will master essential grep commands for expert content filtering. We will learn 8 to 10 commands and options covering nearly every scenario. Starting with the basics, we will explore simple yet powerful tips and tricks. Here I have a simple text file, lorem.txt. This is how the file looks like. I will also use -n option to show 24 lines that we have here, out of which we have intentionally kept one line as empty. We'll simply filter a keyword called lorem. Okay, it gives me one output. If I make it case insensitive using -I switch, I get 4 options. And if I want to count how many options we have, this is a simple small file with 24 lines. Imagine if we have a text file, let's say with 2000 lines. All right, we will go to the next step now. I will do an invert selection and look at all the content of the lorem.txt file except the lines that contain lorem. Okay, to simplify it, let me clear the screen first. Use the previous command. I will go ahead and use -n option. Okay, it gives me, as you can see, I will remove, it gives me all the lines that don't contain the keyword lorem. Now I removed -v switch from here and get the remaining 4 lines. Now if I use -n option with cat, I get all the lines including the empty ones. But if I pipe the output and use NL new line option, this will give me all the lines numbered except the ones that are empty. You see the difference here? The empty line, which was line number 14 before, is not numbered. So going ahead, let me use the same filter. I will clear the screen one more time. And now instead of one keyword, I want to use, let's say, a couple of them. I want to use -e for expression, keyword lorem. I also want to filter ipsum, and I also want to filter let's say apple. Okay, now using these switches -e, small e, lorem or ipsum. Okay, I missed -e here, right? Or this will apply an OR condition between all these filters, and let's see what we get. Now if I clear my screen, apply the same filter, remove the invert selection, I will only get the output where either keyword lorem, ipsum or apple is present. So I get here, let's see how many lines, I will count them, 6. But what I am getting here in line number 12, or numbered as 12, is pineapple, because it has apple as keyword. How do I get rid of that? Well, in order to get rid of this, because I don't want a word which is part of a bigger word, in this case pineapple, so I will say I want to filter case insensitive, small caps, anything, the words, okay, with the expression either lorem, ipsum or apple. So what I'm doing is I'm filtering these 3 words in OR condition. Once I do that, pineapple is not going to be filtered because it's not a complete word, while apple is. When we are applying filter using -e, there is a simpler way, and it also advanced way to do this is I put lorem ipsum apple here. Okay, I can get rid of all this. So using capital E, there are complex regular expressions we can use, and this gives the same output as above. Another use case is, what if there is a directory inside which there are multiple files and I want to filter one of the keywords across all the files. I have the same scenario set up here. So there is a file test1, there is a folder in fact that has 3 files or 2 files here. I can create another one. I'll go test1 lorem.txt into same location under the same directory, and I will say lorem2.txt. So now I'll have 3 files here. The content of the file is the same. Okay, so I will use it with -n option test1 underscore lorem.txt. So all these 3 files contain the same text. Okay, now I've cleared the screen. I'm going to do grep minus recursive case insensitive test. What do I want to filter is let's say -e lorem ipsum apple. Let me also use -w. Okay, where I want to search that is inside test folder. Okay, I also want lines to be numbered, and if I count them, I don't know if I can apply count. No, I can't apply count here. Should be here instead. Yes. So I'm getting it 15 times, which I can get from the same output. Just a summarized view here is inside test we have lorem1, which has one of these 3 5 times 5 times 5 times because the content is the same, right? So this is another way to recursively, using -r recursively, search a directory, and inside the directory, if there are multiple files, you can filter specific keywords in the file with this expression. Now let's say I want to sort the output using one of the columns, but before we do that, I will number them. Okay, let's say, so every character or line after space here in the output will be treated as a separate column. So this will be 1 2 3 4 will be column 1, lorem and tonic would be 2, and then this will be column 3. Suppose I want to filter this and also sort it, using the values present in column 3 -k column 3. See what happens. So this is now filtered, but since we are giving the new line after the filter, the numbering of the line still remains the same. Let's fix that. So instead of putting new line here, I will put it right after the cat command. I'll pipe it into new line, and let's see what happens now. Now if I just do a sort, it will sort it using the first column 1 6 14 20. If I sort it, I'm going to clear it first. So Now I sort it using, let's say, column 2, which will be these values. Okay, but since these values are pretty much the same, what will happen is line numbered as 20 will come at the right at the top, because D comes before L, and that's what happened. Using column 3, if I do the same thing, what's going to happen is okay, ipsum is, and so it will be like line number 1, 14, 6 and 20. Yeah, 6 and 20, right. So I since P comes before S, so the second character is going to define the order, and then V comes at the last, okay, in the end. What if I want to sort them in the entire reverse order? All I need to do is reverse, I put it here, okay, and what I will get will be absolute you know, mirror replica of this command, because I'm doing a minus R here. So it would be 26, 14 and 1. You see this? Because I'm filtering using column number 3. So this concludes the entire section on grep command. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this was informative.